Welcome to this recording of GT. So I'm Dr. Srinath. So we'll start with question number 1. A 10-year-old child with epilepsy since age 2. So patient has got a childhood disease from age 2 which is refractory to medical treatment. So we have to start understanding each word. Refractory to medical treatment means more than 2 anti-epileptic drug failure has occurred in this patient and has been followed with serial MRI scan, which shows that there is a progressive atrophy of the hemisphere as in the figure. So this progressive atrophy is typical of the Rasmussen's encephalitis. Typically, slowly, gradually there is a progressive of a certain lobe leading to the refractory case of epilepsy as in this child. Question number 2. Recognized features of infectious mononucleosis include all of the following except. We all know infectious mononucleosis can present with fever, can come with the palatal petechial hemorrhages can be there. Even asymptomatic meningitis, lymphadenopathy and raised transaminases can be there. So petechial hemorrhages, aseptic meningitis, lymphadenopathy, fever and elevated transaminitis is a true statement, except for vesicular rash over the trunk and the neck. So except option number C, vesicular rash. Question number 3, each of the following cardiac condition is associated with SLE except. SLE is known to be associated with the pericarditis and the myocarditis. Pericarditis and the myocarditis are typical of the SLE. Myocarditis are typically common in SLE. Myocarditis can lead to ventricular hypertrophy, which can lead to angina. Costochondritis also may occur in SLE except for aortic stenosis. Except for aortic stenosis. Answer is B. Question number 4. Which of the following is least consistent with GBS? Least consistent. GBS is known only for the syndrome for areflexia. So absence of reflex is the main thing. So least consistent is intact reflexes. It is known as the polyneuropathy with areflexia. Question number 5. Most appropriate statement regarding ataxia telangiectasia. Ataxia telangiectasia is an autosomal recessive condition and usually it is presentation is there. The usual presentation is the respiratory tract. More likely they present with difficulty in walking. It presents more with ataxia as the name tells you. But the main problem is the chromosome fragility is increased. It's a disease due to chromosome fragility. That's why answer number C. Question number 6. Romanas sign. Direct question from PSM and micro. Romanas sign is a feature of the American trypanosomiasis. This is basically when the patient has got a firm red swelling over the eyelid. There is a firm red swelling on the eyelid that is typical of the Romanas sign, American trypanosomiasis. Option number A for question number 6. Question number 7. Syndrome with contralateral hemiplegia with the 6th and 7th nerve cranial palsy. So it is taken that it is ipsilateral contralateral hemiplegia, ipsilateral cranial nerve palsy. This is what we call crossed hemiplegia syndromes. We are going to call this presentation as crossed hemiplegia, which is suggestive of brainstem stroke. These are the brainstem stroke syndromes which are present, and when you say 6th and 7th nerve, that means associated with pons. Area affected is the pons. Localization by the cranial nerve, and in the given option, correct answer is C, Millard-Gubler syndrome. So pontine infarct typically can cause this presentation. It's a Millard-Gubler syndrome. Question number 8. The following form of encephalitis is followed by a neuroimmunological response. So we are all familiar, measles. So they contract in childhood. Eventually there is an immune response which can lead to late sequelae, complications of measles infection can be present in the child.